Welcome, I'm Mark Depp with BarkBusters Treasure Coast in-home dog training. Thanks for taking the time to research how to best help your dog with his or her behavioral problems. If you spend only a few minutes researching this subject on the internet, you'll find many different approaches, and navigating to the right approach for you and your dog can be a significant challenge. In this video, we'll explore the key components to success in changing your dog's behavior with the goal of helping you choose a training program that is a good fit for you and your best friend. The first thing to consider is that dogs don't learn the same way humans do. Many training methods employ human communication techniques and learning systems, such as spoken commands, hand signals, and bribery with food. A simple way to determine if these are optimal learning methods for your dog is to ask this question: how would my dog learn in a natural environment? How many spoken commands do dogs receive from other dogs in a pack? Do dogs use hand signals? And of course, does a mother bribe her puppies with food to get them to listen? Well, no, because dogs use their methods of communication and their learning system. That's not to say that dogs can't learn commands or hand signals or obey them when a treat is offered. They definitely can, and we've all taught our dogs commands and hand signals. However, these things are not natural to a dog, and therefore they struggle to learn them, and the process can be tedious and frustrating. Here's why. Let's start with where dogs get their natural behavior patterns. In other words, how does your dog's DNA influence how they learn? Did you know that all domestic dogs are direct descendants of wolves? Most experts used to believe this was true, but with the advances in DNA technology, they've now done the mitochondrial DNA studies that prove that all of our cuddly pups are indeed descended from Canis lupus or wolves. Have you ever seen a documentary about wolves and seen them hunt? They function as a highly organized unit, with each wolf knowing its rank and following its specific role within a complex set of rules that govern how they hunt. What this tells us is that dogs are very adept at learning rules and collaborating within a hierarchy. We also know that none of the wolves are using hand signals or spoken commands, yet they function with unity and precision. So to determine how to best teach our dog, it makes sense that we should examine how a mother wolf teaches her puppies. This may sound obvious, but it's seldomly how dog trainers and behavioral therapists are taught or teach. Check out our video on obedience versus behavioral training for a deeper dive on this subject. We'll come back to the how after looking at the second key component to consider when training a dog. The second thing to consider when determining if a dog training method makes sense is how tough should you be on your dog when they are misbehaving, and what does that look like? This is where you'll see wild disparity amongst dog trainers and dog training methods. Some dog trainers will recommend grabbing and pinning a dog when it misbehaves. Others recommend harsher methods like shock collars, prong collars, choke chains, even things like face grabs and more. It should be obvious that anything that would cause the dog pain or discomfort should be avoided all the time. But if you want to know why, the answer is simple. Dogs are associative learners, meaning they can only learn in the moment, and they tie what's happening in the moment to the scenario that's playing out at that time. So let's say your dog jumps on people when he meets them and you pin him. He will associate meeting people with getting pinned and feeling a sense of loss of control in that moment. If you were to use a prong collar when walking your dog and pull on the leash causing pain when he sees another dog, he'll associate seeing a dog with pain. If you grab a dog's collar every time he barks at a guest, he'll become concerned that approaching hands grab and control him. The long and short is that any physical correction using hands will cause a negative associative disorder related to the approach of hands. This often evolves into the dog becoming hand reactive, and they may even bite a hand that's simply reaching out to pet them as they're concerned that the stranger's hand may grab and try to control them. Similarly, if they feel pain when they see and pull towards a dog, even a dog that loves other dogs may eventually see them as a threat and become a dog aggressive. In short, we should never use physical corrections to alter a dog's behavior, as we'll always trade a short-term benefit for a long-term problem. There's nothing wrong with using stern body language or tones, as long as it never rises to the level of physical correction. The opposite end of the spectrum is the concept of positive-only training, where all we do is praise, offer treats, and distract the dog when it misbehaves. Well, this is a nice concept. It fails in the same way positive-only human parenting does. It results in dogs or children who don't respect their parents or owners, and as a result, they generally have significant behavioral problems. In essence, they have no impulse control because no boundaries are set for them. The reality is that the solution lies in the middle, as with most things in life. So here are the key things to being successful in changing your dog's behavior. First, we should realize that almost all dog behavioral issues can be distilled down to two real problems. The dog doesn't know who the boss is, and they don't know what the rules are. These two problems have two root causes. One is a communication issue, and the other is a learning system issue. In order to achieve rapid and lasting success, we need to be willing, for the most part, to abandon human communication and training methods in favor of canine communication and learning methods. At BarkBusters, we use natural canine communication, and we never use harsh physical methods. I start my lessons by showing clients videos of dogs learning from dogs, and it's always an eye-opener for them. I then walk the client through the communication and learning steps they are observing in the videos and explain how we emulate those steps as humans when interacting with our dogs. We then help the owner use those steps to teach the dogs rules versus commands, just like a mother does with her pups. It's amazing to see how quickly dogs can learn rules. I often ask my clients how long they think it might take to stop a dog from jumping up on their guest, and they normally say a few hours, days, or weeks. In reality, by using natural canine communication and natural canine learning, this normally takes just a few minutes. We all like a little instant gratification, and there's nothing more exciting than helping clients realize that their dog can learn rules in moments, not months. Please reach out to us to learn more, as we'd love to help you and your furry friend live your best life together. Thanks for listening, and we hope to hear from you soon.